Всем привет! Welcome back everyone, I am Kazak, and today I wanted to talk about 6M2 active headset from Ratnik. So, a bit of history. The history of an active headset for the Russian military begins around 2012-2013 and is undergone by a company called Zavod Luch. Originally, they designed a headset called the GSSh-01, which looked very similar to this, but was in black color, and it received very poor reputation from the soldiers because it had very poor, if any, quality control. So, with Ratnik, it was modified, the color changed, the shape of the earpiece changed a bit as well, and it now features actual quality control. And I think it's actually a rather nice product for the price, for at least the Russian price. On the outside market, it's a bit more expensive, and I do not think it's actually worth the price, but it's definitely worth the price in Russia. So let's go over the features. This is what the product looks like. As you can see, it has a mesh. The mesh is because the issued helmets, like 6B47 or 6B71M, have a rope liner and not padding pillows like Western helmets, which require this sort of head mount. Here we can find buttons for control. This forward one makes it loud, this back one makes it quiet. This is used to turn it on and off. We can see adjustments. You can adjust it here, 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 as well as using this string. Here we have a cap. Opening it is where we mount a regular AA battery. There are two caps like this. The headset is powered by two AA batteries. On the front we can see these little microphones. They pick up the sound to amplify, and we can see stamps. This 5 stamp, I'm not sure what it means, but here we can see the OTK stamp, which is the quality control stamp, in my case OTK 53. Generally, the higher the number, the better quality. Here is a piece of wire. The sponges, or whatever you would call it, pillows, here are very comfortable, but sadly mine are already cracked a bit. Originally, on the GSSh-01, here you would find the name of the manufacturer, being Zavod Luch. On the 6M2, there is no mention of the manufacturer, simply because they had such a terrible reputation with soldiers. So soldiers would sign here their initials or their numbers or whatever. Here on the other side we can see the name of the product, GSSh-01 6M2. This is the name that you will see on these headphones. So let's put them back on and go over how to use them. So to turn them on, you will hold this button, the middle button, until you can see here sound. There are 4 sound settings. Normally you should use them only on the quietest setting, unless you're actively trying to sneak up on someone, because in the loudest setting, which I just turned on now, you need to relearn how to hear, pretty much. I can hear my own breathing. I can very loudly hear my words. While you're sneaking up on someone, this is useful, but it is too much for regular use. So you should use them on the quietest setting. You know, when you're on the max setting, when you click to go, for example, if you know you're on the minimum setting, when you want to go lower and you hear a loud beep. These headphones are compatible with a balaclava and are meant to be worn under a helmet. So let's now put on this helmet. It will be very tight, but it is possible to fit it I wear head size 60, which I should probably have a size 3 6B47, but this replica, which is equal to size 2, I can in fact fit even with these headphones. It's very tight, as you can see, but it is possible. This is what it looks like, and they were actually meant to be used with the helmet. You can use them without it, but they are supposed to be worn with a helmet. So when it comes to some versions of them, there was a special desert color run made in 2015 for the soldiers that were going to Syria. But most of them are made in this green variant. There is a version for commanders, because this is a version for just enlisted personnel. A version for commanders known as 6M2-1, or to be precise GSSh-01-01, 6M2-1, which features a microphone and a connector to an hazard radio. I do not have it, as I also do not have an hazard radio, but it is out there. It's a proprietary connector. You cannot connect it to a Western NATO radio. I think this is important to mention. So when it comes to the usage, these are very rarely used. I have seen one photo of a soldier in the special military operation wearing them. I'll put the photo here. But they are pretty much never used. And why is that? So, they have a huge flaw. As you know, the microphones, as I explained, the microphones are located here, on the front. These headphones do not amplify the sound from the back, which means if you were to get sneaked up on, you can get ambushed, because you do not get amplification from the sound from the back, and actually the sound from the back will be muffled, will be quieter, because you're wearing the headphones. And it is very much a problem for these headphones, and it's probably the main reason why they are very rarely used, if ever. Another thing may be that despite having quality control, still the quality control is far from perfect, and there are still examples that arrive from the factory broken, as I heard. Luckily, mine were not broken. Mine actually do work, and I have worn them at a shooting range to test how they actually perform. And I think they are okay for the price. For the price in Russia. Abroad, they are more expensive. I think they are too expensive, to be honest. But the price in Russia is, I think, okay and even good for the product that you will be getting. These, I test them on the shooting range, as I said, and they suppress the sound of the shot enough so that it doesn't ring in my ear, which I think is enough of what they should do. Also, the function of them being an active headset also helps in hearing, for example, what the other person is talking. Would I wear it for combat? Definitely not. But for a shooting range, or for a hunting trip, for a trip camping, they are okay. I know this is a rather short video, but there isn't much to talk about when it comes to these headphones. And especially since I haven't used any other, so I don't have any comparison. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content. Share your thoughts in the comments below, share this video with your friends, and I hope to see you guys again next week. Bye!